Wilson Morales from Black Women TV talking to Egypt and Sam regarding season 7 of Growing Up Hip Hop. How's it going, folks?
How you doing?
Season 7, we're here. Egypt, you're one of the few actors who have been on this series since the beginning. What's it like now coming back for the 7th season?
Oh my goodness. It's crazy to just like remember where I started, how young I started, and just looking back like, oh wow, we're still going, and it's really beautiful because seven is that's my favorite number. So I'm like, for season 7, definitely I'm gonna be back for that, just to show the transitioning and the meaning behind it all. And I love that I get to see from start to finish like how it was in the beginning and how it is now.
Now, for people who do not know, and for those who are, sometimes it takes a while before people catch up on the show. They don't know if it's going to last, but when they say season 7, people can play catch up. For those who are new to watching the show tonight, or when it airs, what are we getting this season from the two of you?
A lot of hard work and grind in the transformation of seeing like how we are together, how we are separately, and coming together as a whole, as a family, as one. It's really nice to see the imaging for sure.
Mm-hmm. And Sam, what do you bring to the table when you come on and the world gets to see who you are and what you do?
I'm honestly just bringing me, man. I'm coming in and I'm bringing just a lot of positivity and showing people, you go through a lot of things, ups, downs, trial and error, trials, you name it. And it's all about how you just approach the situations. And, a lot of us as humans, we got to really pay attention to approaching problems and any kind of, obstacles with logic and not emotion. Emotions kind of tend to complicate the situation.
It's bad enough you guys got to deal with that on a personal life, but then when you're inviting the world to see you guys as is, how long did it take for you to get comfortable knowing you're being filmed?
She was quick.
Yeah,
she was good.
Well, even 7 seasons, I think you're good. And you were brought into this life.
I'm like 4 or 5 in right now.
Quickly too.
I adapted quick as far as like good TV quick, but not adapted as far as like understanding how things are done and how they can be edited, how they could be presented. I was really new to just the format of television. And now I think this more so recent season that we've done, I think I've perfected just the understanding part and knowing what it comes with. You got people who, like, you got to expect people to feel a type of way. There's times I look at myself and I'm like, dude, I don't like that guy. Not a friend today, but it's just being able to leave things at what it was and know today's a new day, tomorrow's another. Positivity.
When you watch the show and, and there's a base of an audience that's watching the show, that's watching your lives to see how it works out. And, there's other people on the show as well. Besides dealing with your own stuff, that's when the cameras are off, how much do you walk away and not try to get into the whole social media aspect when they start talking about you guys after the show is aired? Do you try not to get involved in that so that way you don't have to clap back or hey, listen, this is a show. You're putting your lives in there, but like, let's not read comments.
Definitely.
She's a pro at that.
I had to be, because I could be emotional if I read into it, and if I know, okay, if I'm gonna see certain things, I'm just either just gonna ignore it and be like, well, you don't know what you're talking about. So I also know the truth, and I know, like, regardless, it's not gonna affect me any way, shape, or form. You're not gonna help me at the end of the day. It sucks because I want people to see the real and know, like, oh, we have good intentions and all that stuff. But if they don't or not trying to, I can't force that. I just gotta let it be.
I kind of have like an Eminem approach to it, where it's like, I'll see a few things and then certain people, I'll be like, hey, did you see what this person just said? Like, who is this guy?
For real.
Who is this? They don't even got a picture. Like, I'm like that, but then like, I've gotten a lot more calmer to where now it's like, I'll look it up, be like, man, not today, bro.
You gotta let it go. We're also celebrating obviously the 50th anniversary of hip hop. There's a lot to celebrate from that this show is airing this week. Egypt, you don't remember, I was actually in LA last December when your mom got honored with the Walk of Fame. So yeah, so I was there, and I actually was at the hotel when they had the celebration. You know,
Oh,
so,
nice.
so
Oh,
That
yeah,
was a
so
fun day.
that was such a
That
fun.
was a
That
fun
was
day.
such
that
a
was a
fun.
cool event. So like when you see the longevity of what your parents have gone through to still be able to be talked about today as we're celebrating hip hop, what does that do for you as you're trying to carve out your own career?
It is very motivational because ever since I was a little girl, my friends, everyone would always be like, "Oh my gosh, Egypt, your mom's playing on the radio, showing her songs with it. I see her Geico commercials." I'm like, "Dang, she's doing it. Like she's still doing it, and it's well deserved because she's made timeless music. So it makes me want to go do the same exact thing and have something that lives on forever, no matter how the world evolves."
hmm And how are you guys with the rest of the cast that's on this show? Sometimes, like for newcomers,
That's
they always want to say like, is this going to be another show where at some point somebody's going to argue with somebody and there's going to be a fight or whatever? And is it all smoke and mirrors, or is this something that we're really getting? Especially when it's on camera.
I mean, for me, I've had my days, throughout different seasons where you honestly have a different point perspective than somebody else, and sometimes, yeah, it can get real spicy. Sometimes, especially with the cameras going, like normally you could go up to a person and be like, "Hey, man, did you say this?" or and whatever it is, and this with no cameras, and they'll be like, "Oh, yeah, man, I didn't mean it like that," or whatever it is. But then when the camera's there, you'd be like, "Hey, man, did you say this?" And they'll be like, "Yeah, what if I did?" And you're like, and keep in mind, they know they didn't say it, but they're it's just the energy of the camera being there. Sometimes it gets brought in, and sometimes it can blow something up that's this big, and it gets hard.
Something that can be resolved in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prolonged.
When you're in the spotlight, are you more cognizant as far as what you have to do and what you have to say when the cameras are not off? Obviously, when you're not shooting this and you're enjoying your daily lives, obviously for people who really watch your show and they try to, whether it's what you wear, how you say things, you have to pay attention to when you're not being shot.
Right.
Are you that same guy? That we're watching on TV.
Definitely not the same person on TV. I will say that. I mean, even just talking to me and you being at the event and seeing the family, like I'm pretty sure you could see I'm a lot more calmer person. I'm not as quick to hoorah, but like I said, sometimes you have moments where maybe you just had enough that day, or people don't know that you done filmed like 4 scenes or been caught in LA traffic, and you're like, "Hey, man, I got an attitude, man. That coffee was cold.
Right.
I'm tired today."
Yeah,
like it gets, like I said, it gets spicy.
Yeah, because a lot of times you also know like it's possibly going to be presented to the world, and you want to make sure that your true opinion and intentions come across and not what people are making it out to be. So if someone comes with an assumption and you just leave it at that, it's like then the world's gonna think that that's what it is.
That's what it is.
And you're like, no, I don't know how I'm gonna fix it then. I gotta fix it now. So then it just starts becoming.
Then you can't be no punk either.
Yeah,
so somebody come and roll up on you. You can't just be like, "Oh yeah, man, like whatever." You'd be like, "Oh what?" Like, because you don't want the world to think certain things, and I think that's the hardest part about being in reality TV and being into just the industry itself is you get a lot of people who they're so quick to want to prove something that it starts to damage them mentally. Like I went through a hard phase, man, like where I was trying to, like I said, I'm completely opposite of what I am on TV. On TV, I'm a hoorah. I'm a person of like very energetic, always with whatever. But in real life, I'm a professional fighter. I'm a business owner. I'm a dad, and I don't do as much talking as I would do on TV. That I do more in person. If someone bothers me in real life, I'm more likely to say, "Hey, man, you want to come to the gym and we can figure out what we're doing," So some people it gets to them. Your mind it's switching on and off, and it almost does like a 180 to where it's like when you get off cameras, you don't click it yet. So you're trying to still figure out, like, there's times me and Egypt are like, "Yo, what should I say to mom calling right now? Or like, yo, man, like what? And we're like, wait, I can say what I would normally say to my mom. Why am I thinking so far ahead and doing so much that I don't need to do? You know, it's definitely a lot, but you know, that's what makes strong people in our creative careers, you know, is learning these things and being able to be, you know, 24 and soon to be 30 and understanding how the world is as simple as it's just about love and how you treat people and, you know, how you communicate.
I appreciate the time you've given me. Obviously, Growing Up Hip Hop season 7. Congratulations on another season. Let's go. We can get more. Obviously, people are fascinated by your lives and they want to continue seeing it. So wherever you guys are at, stay safe. Congratulations. We'll talk down the road.
Thank you so much.
Take care.